Super good morning to each and every single one of you, and welcome to yet another video. Today is Sunday, the 10th of May. Yes, I know, still got rocking my short buzz Sinead O'Connor type look, but with the amount of hair loss, it looks like if I tilt my head back, more or less slightly bald, which obviously doesn't help. But I don't know if you can see, if I turn my head sideways, there's a tiny little bit starting to come back. Maybe, just maybe, HRT will eventually help me get a whole lot of that back. Otherwise, down the line, in the relatively far future, I might be needing to look at different options as far as hair is concerned. Oh wait, there's a bit of dirt above my screen there. Writing, creative processes. Under normal circumstances, I would say that I'm incredibly proud that I managed to publish 2 novellas this past week. Managed to format, I think, 3 and edit a total of 5. However, because I set myself the target of publishing 4 a week, publishing 2 is only halfway to that overly ambitious target, and which means that where I was 12 novellas behind my publishing schedule, a week later I'm 14 novellas behind my publishing schedule. And I shouldn't be letting that get to me, but the nature of the beast as far as the creative writer is concerned, missing publishing deadlines, self-imposed publishing deadlines, mind you, because when I set up my novellas on Amazon on the pre-order, I set the pre-order date to 2 months into the future. So which means that I'm still publishing, those that I am publishing, I'm still publishing at least a month before the pre-order date rolls around. And let me just give you a background as far as that's concerned. So when I set up my novella on Amazon as a pre-order, I set it only up on pre-order so that I'm able to get the page link code for that novella to be able to put into the back matter of the book so that I can send people through to leave reviews. And then I can take that code, put it into the novella, update the manuscript on Amazon, and then when I update the manuscript on Amazon, what I then do is I change the publish date back. So for instance, if we're now sitting in on the 10th of May, so if I upload a manuscript to Amazon, for instance, this evening, 10th of May, I'll set that publish date to the 10th of July. Then what happens is once Amazon gives me the link code for that page, I can copy that page into my manuscript, go back into that same page on Amazon, that same novella page on Amazon, update that specific novella, and then reset the publish date to, instead of being publishing in July, to be publishing during the course of next week, if that makes sense. And that way I can get, when the novella goes live, when it publishes and goes live, it's got all its links that it needs to have, and I don't need to rush around on the opening day of publishing and update the manuscript, because the algorithm doesn't like that too much, where you publish something and then change it within the first couple of days. It seems to drop you down the algorithm, and they don't promote you as well if what you hit on publish day then suddenly changes once people have got their novella. Especially those that have pre-ordered, that are getting the novella the moment it publishes, and then that changes again. Obviously Amazon doesn't like that. because what they've delivered on publishing day is no longer the final version because you've made a change to it. And obviously if the changes are more than 10%, then you get points docked against your Amazon account. But even if it's just a small change like a link, it can over a period of time affect the algorithm negatively. And the same goes with when you upload your manuscript onto Amazon, they run the formatting spell check to make sure that you've got your table of contents and everything like that in there. So by having setting it up with a pre-order date rather than an immediate go live, gives you that window of opportunity to make any corrections to that manuscript once once you get the feedback, and that feedback is still prior to publishing day. Anyway, so that's my in a nutshell process. Something else that I've got coming up is, besides on here, I've got a TikTok account that I've set up as well, and what I'm thinking about doing as far as that TikTok, I've published 0 videos onto that TikTok, but what I'm considering doing is I've started writing a bunch of poetry as well, and what I'm thinking about doing is using that TikTok account as a platform for the poetry. I'd be interested to hear what all of you think about that idea about using TikTok as a poetry platform, and then keep this, as far as the long form video, being about the overall creative process. I've obviously got the short side of this very channel is all about what it's like here in the city of Grenada, and lots of dancing, cultural type of videos. So that's what this channel is going to be, and then I'm thinking about making the TikTok poetry related. So tell me what you think about that idea in the comment section down below, and whether or not you think I should set up a separate YouTube channel as well to run those same poetry videos on. That's my closing off question to all of you. But with that, I've got a training run to go and do, novellas to format, book marketing to do, because I haven't done any book marketing for the past 3.5 weeks, and until we encounter each other again next week, Sunday the 17th, take care on your side. Speak to you soon. Bye.